Some residents of Allanridge in the Free State say they've lost hope in the provincial government. This as some live in flooded houses after a dam started overflowing back in 2022 due to heavy rains. The provincial government has appointed a contractor to help restore the dignity of Odendaalsrus and Allanridge residents. More than 70 families have since been identified to be relocated. The Free State government has also brought services such as mobile clinics to the people. SABC News reporter AphumeleleMdlalane is live for us in Allanridge and joins us with the very latest. Good afternoon, Aphumelele. So 70 families, as stated there, have been identified for relocation. But just paint a picture for us of the conditions that they've been living under.
Well, the conditions that they've been living under, dating back from 2022, we do know that the mine dam collapsed, and since then they've lost hope because of the situation that they've left and they've been living under. Some were forced to even move from their houses, and we do understand that some even died and they were unable to be buried from their residential area. But we must say that the 7th administration looks like they are keeping their promise, because not long ago Free State Premier Makwindletsohamatai did mention that they will be appointing a contractor to take care of that situation. I must indicate that it's more than 70 families that are affected, and we do understand today later on Premier will be meeting with the residents of Allanridge, where she will be introducing the contractor that will be, of course, taking care of that project. But at this moment in time, we are in Odendaalsrus in Nyakalong, where the Premier has also brought some essential services. This is another area that is having serious issues of service delivery, and just around me we do see the Free State Department of Human Settlements, the Home Affairs is here, the health services are here. But with me right now I'm joined by the Premier just to take us through to the activities that you've brought to the people today, before we can talk about the issue of Allanridge.
Yeah, today we are continuing with what we promised the people of the Free State, that will be taking services to the people. As I indicated even in my SOPA, that we'll not have an executive that sits in offices. Our duty is to be amongst people, be with people, understand the challenges that are faced by our communities. And this is not the first program. We've been traveling throughout the province where we are taking services. The last one was in Clarence, where we took all the services that you see here, all national departments, your labor department, human settlement, home affairs, your dental clinic, which is also very important. If you look at the far right, we have a dental mobile clinic that is brought here because of the challenge that our communities have been having, that they've been going to hospitals, they've been given dates to come back, and by the time they come back, they are no longer on the list. There are those challenges. So we brought everything, all integrated services of this province, we brought them together to this area called Nyakalong. And this was also as per the request of one of our MPs in the Loditebe, who's also residing from this area of Kutlano. So it's one of those people who look at their constituencies and say, Premier, we got challenges in this particular area. And I had to interact with the municipality and say, municipalities on this day will be here. And I am putting challenges, I mean, bringing services here. We're also amazed to see people coming, actually to come and interact with us, more than looking at services or saying we are here to receive your services. They are saying we also need to interact with you. That's why we have to have that baki there and a speaker there, so that we interact with them and understand some of those challenges that might have not been identified by our member of parliament or the communities here. So we are engaging with communities, and it's one of those services that we've been doing throughout the province. We've been taking these integrated services to the people.
Now let's talk about Allanridge. Those residents have lost hope. What type of interaction or program that you are bringing forward to make sure that their life is improved? You mentioned as an issue of appointment of the service provider.
Yes, it's not the first time that I'll be going to Allanridge. I went to Allanridge with the municipality of Machabe, with Harmony Mine, all stakeholders that are involved there. And I promised the people of Allanridge, even in my SOPA as well. Remember, I got a team in my office that looks at injunctions, the injunctions. Whatever I promised the Free State people, they have to look at it and make sure that, Premier, this is what you promised. You promised that there'll be Siwelele. Whether it's Welele, but it's brought you, there'll be Makufe. So they keep on reminding me. And this one of Allanridge is one of those critical areas, and I know it's one of the area of interest from communities. We promised people of Allanridge that before December 2025, other families would have been moved. Now today we'll be identified. We've identified those who qualifies for RDP houses from our side as government, and later on we'll be coming with harmony now. Because remember, those that are affected, there are those who've been residing in 6-bedroom house or 4-bedroom house, so they still want the houses in that order, that we can't have an RDP when I was in a 10-room house. So that's where now harmony is coming on board. So ours today is to hand over the contractor and say this is a contractor who's going to start now constructing houses on the land that was identified by the municipality. We went there last month, myself and Tate Saki. We looked at the space there. We found that indeed there are services, the infrastructure is there. So today we are saying, contractor, start with your work so that by December, those families that I promised to be in houses will be housed. The challenge might be those ones that need big houses, but I can confirm that harmony is on board. They are giving me information, they're updating me. Even the DWS will be part of us today.
Well, that's a Free State Premier, of course, committing herself that today, later on her engagement with the people of Allanridge, they will be, of course, introduced to the contractor, and some of them that have since lost hope will be moved to their, of course, to the better area where they will be handed over, or rather be given an RDP house.